Hey everybody, we've got my buddy Gill in the shop for the 200th episode of SNS, and I know that the channel has seen a lot of growth lately, and a lot of you probably don't know who Gill is, but this is my buddy Gill that I've known for quite a while now, and he's been in a lot of the past videos, but it's just been a while since he's been over here. But he wanted to share his Abom story with all of the viewers, and that's what he is going to do today. Is he wanted to share his thoughts, because he's been around and seen everything regarding YouTube from the very beginning to where we are now.
Yeah, it's been fun, especially you told me you had SNS 200 coming up. I think I'm assuming most people realize there's a lot more videos than just 200 SNS videos, because you did a lot of videos before SNS even started.
I believe I was doing it for about 6 months, 6-7 months before I started the Saturday night special series of videos.
Well, let me tell you, I think you're getting close to 160,000 subscribers.
I looked last night and I had peaked 158,000 last night.
Well, it was quite a long time ago. I was on the Practical Machinist Forum. I'm assuming a lot of people on here probably know about the Practical Machinist Forum. If you don't, go check it out. And there was this guy in Pensacola that had a thread going over there called My Shop, and he was posting pictures.
My Machine Shop.
My Machine Shop. Posting pictures on Practical Machinist. The coolest shit you'd ever seen. And I was like, man, this dude is cool. And he's right there in Pensacola, which is, I live in Navarre.
Just down the road.
35, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this dude is cool. And I'm not a machinist. I've got a little shop in my garage. It's been on your channel and everything. But
a visit with Gill.
Yeah, and I was like, this dude's cool. Well, I actually had an old shaper in my garage that I had bought on eBay on accident. That's a whole nother story. But I decided to sell it.
When that happens.
Yeah, I decided to sell it, and lo and behold, this dude from Pensacola sends me an email, and it was Adam. And Adam came over and looked at the shaper, and you guys have seen it. It's the old Sheldon shaper.
The 12-inch Sheldon shaper.
I think it's getting ready to go.
Yep.
But that's when I met Adam, and Adam was a really cool guy. I mean, he invited me over to his shop, and really treated me really nice. But I digress. We became friends. I really enjoyed coming over and checking out his shop and looking at the work that he did here and everything. And I don't know what year it was, but Adam was all excited, man. He got a GoPro camera for Christmas.
Yep.
And he was like, man, this thing's cool. And he said, man, you think people would like it if I made some videos? And I was like, man, people would love the shit out of that. You definitely need to make some videos. People would really like it.
It was an idea, because
Yeah.
I was doing pictures on the forum, and I had such an audience there.
Yeah, big following on the Practical Machinist Forum, and so I gotta say, I honestly think I'm the original subscriber, probably out of 160,000. I was there at the very beginning when you first started making videos. And let me tell you what, I look around now. Adam's got cameras laying everywhere. He's got lights going, and the dude is really good at making videos now. But when Adam first got his GoPro, it was a brand new world, and it was something that neither of us knew anything about.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
Didn't know anything about software, the program to edit and stuff.
I didn't even know how to edit a video. I was like texting people that I knew, and how do you make a video?
Yeah.
And I actually had that GoPro for about 4 or 5 months or so before I ever even made a video with it, because I didn't know how to use it.
Well, it was really cool when he posted his first video. We would talk about some of the machinist people on YouTube, and so Adam started making videos, and they were.
And I didn't know anybody. I didn't know any other YouTubers out there. I didn't know that community existed on YouTube at the time, which has grown substantially since then. but there was other guys out there such
Well,
as,
yeah, there's
certain guys
there's some
that I
core
didn't know
YouTube
about.
guys that you form relationships with. I think really helped you out a
Yeah, it
lot
did.
through the process. And
I know that becoming friends with Tom Lipton and Keith Finner was two very helpful ways to spread the word, I suppose, about my videos.
I remember when you had 100 subscribers. Man, it was like throw a party
That's-
because Adam had 100 subscribers. It was a big deal.
I was always
It was a big
texting
deal
you.
when it was 1,000
Yeah.
subscribers.
I would text you every time I'd hit a landmark, milestone, 1,000 subscribers.
It was
And I would-
unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam was just like, oh man, this is the greatest thing in the world. So it's been really cool watching this whole thing. I guess you could say, as kind of standing outside the spotlight, watching you
Yeah.
watch your meteoric rise to fame on YouTube. It's been, and you know what? And it's been, in the very beginning there were haters, man. I remember somebody would the first big deal was somebody gave you a thumbs down.
Yeah.
That was like, man, why would somebody give me what did I do wrong? I'm like, you didn't do anything wrong, And then people would
Yeah.
make comments that wouldn't be the nicest, and it really. Adam's a really good guy.
I'd take
he
it
really
personal.
takes things personal, yeah. And people in the beginning would make sometimes actually kind of innocent comments, but maybe not said in the right way. And
Yeah.
he's like, man, why are they doing this? I said, dude, you can't worry about everybody.
You were always very helpful to talk to because I would text him and tell him how upset I was because somebody said this about me and he was just always like, man, forget them.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
Your stuff's good, man.
He
Your
says,
stuff's
don't worry
good.
about that negative comment. You focus on what you're doing. And he always helped push me past those rough moments like that.
I remember when you started moving into this shop. We've moved a lot of equipment around here. You know that?
Yeah.
We've went and gotten equipment for me, for you.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
so that was when the shop was actually just used as a garage, and I had my cars out here, and before the YouTube thing, I actually didn't film any of that of cleaning this shop out, getting everything out of here, and then start moving all the stuff in. The YouTube started after that. But you were around for all that.
I remember the first time I met your dad, Mr. Booth. Mr.
Yeah.
Booth. Mr. Booth was the prototypical machinist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was a little quiet, wasn't he?
Mr. Booth scared me the first time I met him.
He did?
Oh yeah, he did, because that's we had the shaper. It's like, what are you doing with that shaper? You don't need that shaper. That thing's a waste of time. And I was like, oh man, this dude.
That's how Dad was.
I don't think Mr. Booth liked me very much. But you talk about a really great guy. Your dad he treated me really nice. Once I got past that, he didn't like me because of the shaper deal.
I think
Mr.
a lot
Booth
of
was
people.
a really nice guy.
Yeah.
You guys, I think everybody out there has heard Adam talk about his dad and his granddad and how much
They were big
they-
influencers
yeah, how much
of me.
how much they gave Adam. It was really sad when we lost Mr. Booth. That was a tough time.
It was
But-
tough and unexpected, and I thought Dad was going to be around here for everything that's been going on, but
Yeah, but he's
Yes,
been
sir.
watching your rise.
yeah,
I still think he'd be like shaking his head about this whole YouTube thing though. That was just
Yeah.
the way he was. Old time machinist. He was a cool guy. But so, anyways, I just wanted to tell Adam congratulations on his 200 SNS.
yep.
And
I didn't look at how many videos. I know I'm well over 600.
the
well over
person
600
the person
videos.
everybody sees on YouTube, that's the real you. I think that has a lot to do with why you've done well.
Well,
you don't put on any errors, and
No.
and people kind of see who you. It's pretty easy to see that you're the real deal, and you,
Mm-hmm.
very giving. I'm not a machinist. Man, Adam has helped me and answered probably some of the dumbest questions in the world. But you know what? The dumb questions are usually the ones you really need answered. but Adam's always been helpful for me, and I've
always try to whenever you need a hand, because Gill likes to spend some time out in his shop working on
piddle. My wife calls it piddling. I like to piddle out there. Yeah.
Making little projects for your father-in-law or your dad,
Yep.
I believe it was. And,
Yep.
So I'd give him a hand. But Gill's been around for a lot, and he has been around since. We've been friends, should I say, since around 2011, I believe. It was either 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that time.
I think so.
And he's helped me every time I've had to move machines. He's been around to help. He's the one that helped me get the K&T mill here from Mississippi. I went and helped him get his Bridgeport from Alabama, and he's about to help me today. We're going to move the Victor, so he's always around here to help me, and he's just always been a good friend. And it's always fun and interesting to listen to his take on what we've been through with this YouTube thing, because I think back, and it's a lot of the beginning of it, as far as like subscribers and how fast it grew, is a blur to me. It really is. It just happened very natural. And
I do remember the 100 subscribers. I don't know who it was, but I remember when you hit 100, you said, man, I got 100 subscribers.
100.
This is cool.
100.
Yeah, it was great. And then just watching the progression.
It's really important as a YouTuber, anybody that's going to have a screen presence, to be yourself, be natural, don't be fake, don't try to act, and try to have an uplifting personality, and people enjoy that, they respect that, and they like watching. So as Gill has said and other people have said, this is not acting at all. I bring it to you just how I am in person, whether on the screen or off the screen, and I really enjoy it. I'm one of those people that I enjoy sharing my work, having the camera around, sharing it. I think what the work I do is interesting and fun, and I just like to share it. But I appreciate you coming around and helping me move all this heavy iron, whatever I need to
move some
say.
Stuff, man. I'm ready. Yeah, good deal.
So thanks for sharing the story with everybody. I'm sure they appreciated that.
Well, there's a lot more to it, but I'm not the best storyteller in the world, so.
Well, we'll save it for another episode. How about that? Because we're gonna go back to his shop here pretty soon and
rummage through some stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do some rummaging in his shop. So I'll have the camera for that. All right, you ready to get going?
Let's go.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, got him back here in the Gray Mills parts washer. We're gonna let this thing wash them. Alright, that's going to cycle up and down and agitate it in the solvent here and get them all clean. This is a vibrator motor you can turn on. That's how you can adjust your limits on your stroke of the piston for raising the basket up and down. All right, let's give them a check. Nice, easy way to clean parts right there. I'm gonna let them run a little bit longer. It's only been in there about 5 minutes. We'll let it run a little bit more. Hey guys, so it's the next morning, Saturday morning. It's very early and it's very cold outside. It was about 25 degrees. whenever I got up. So we got the heaters going, and my buddy Gill is on his way over, should be here anytime. And what we're going to do is we're going to start moving the Victor lathe. We're going to get it up off the leveling pads there, and we're going to move it back to that back corner. So he's here to give me a hand to do that. And if we have time, I'm going to maybe try to get the K&T over to this area right here. But that's only if we have time. We may have to wait for another time to do that, because we've also got the other guys that's coming today from Georgia and Tennessee. We got a guy from Georgia coming to get the little shaper, and then another guy coming from Tennessee that's going to get the blast cabinet, which I have outside. And there we have our fabulous new G&E shaper for the shop. And I'm still very looking forward to having time to be able to start cleaning this thing up, getting her polished back up. So that's the plan for the day, is at least get the Victor moved over and get it back there in that back corner. I've got I got a pair of these rollers here that were given to me a long time ago when I was moving the shop. And I just cut these 2x, and we're going to use these on the tailstock end to try to roll this end of it. The leveling screw should just sit right down in the wood, and I think it'll stay right where it needs to be.
That's what we're hoping.
Right there, man. And we'll have one on each side. Now I'm gonna bring the pallet jack in, and we're gonna use that on the headstock end. We're improving, man. We got a toe jack now. We got rollers. We're in business. Look at that. That's gonna make it a lot easier to move this thing.
Perfect.
We got her going on. We got it on the pallet jack and the rollers on the other end. This is the first time us moving a lathe like this. All right, we got Gill over here sweeping the floor. And I'm just gonna give you an update on what we were doing, since all I had was the time lapse. So we got the Victor lathe moved to this area here, and I'm happy with the location. He just moved this out of the way, but I've got enough room that I can walk through right here, and I've got enough room here comfortably to run the machine. And both the lathes are next to each other now. I do have to install some more lighting. That's in the plans to do very soon because it's too dark over here right now, but I got some clip lights if I need. I'm also going to be using this power right here. This cable right here ran the Sheldon shaper, so I can tie into that to hook into the lathe right here. And you might have noticed in the video we were shimming it, and that's just how it ended up because the floor is just so wavy right here. It kind of like drops off in the back. As this slab goes back that way, it kind of ramps down just a bit. And there's only about maybe a ½ inch of adjustment on those screws, so that's what really kind of messed us up there. So we just had to shim it the best we could. And if I need to, I'll come back and revisit this another time. But for now, we've just kind of got it sitting where it needs to be. So since he's here, he's going to give me a hand. We're going to go ahead and try to get the K&T moved down. It's going to be a little bit further right in this general area, probably right about where this door opening is, somewhere in this area right here. What do you think of that toe jack?
Oh, it's the bomb. That's the Abom right there, that toe jack.
That was a good call getting that thing, wasn't it?
That thing's perfect. It works perfect.
So the plan now is we're going to move this mill the same way that I moved it in the shop from the door there. We actually used a pry bar and we slide it across these bars. So we're going to just slide it, and then we're going to keep moving the bars and to about right here. That's going to be the easiest way because K&T decided to cast little square pads into the bottom of this thing as like a footprint. So it's really hard to roll it all the way across the bottom like you would the shaper over there.
Where I can, man.
You're always here to help me when I need help, man.
This is fun stuff, man. I like this stuff.
We work
I like
good.
doing
We
this.
work good together.
This brings me back to my shipyard days, man.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got the machines moved, and so this is going to be pretty much the final resting spot of the K&T, and I like where it's at. We've still got a nice walkway to get to all the machines here, and then back here we have access to our cabinet to open up for the electronics in there. All right, and that's why we moved that little wooden cabinet down there, which I want to do something with that later. Just I needed to get it out of the way. It's looking good, man. So I want you to look at this now. Look at all that shop space now. Doesn't it look, it looks more open there.
You can play hockey in here.
We got room for another machine.
Yeah.
I had an idea, one of the ideas that I have for this space right here, and it's just an idea, is to invest later when I can in a new stand ridge granite plate with a proper stand right in the middle of the shop right here. So just an idea, something that I've been thinking about. But we got more that we're going to do. I'm cleaning all this up right here. My brother wants the green cabinet because I want to get rid of that. I'm going to buy a stronghold cabinet that is going to go on the other side for just the welding supplies. This grinder's going away. We're going to take that to work. I'm giving that back to Will, and he's going to put it back together and use it at work. So that's going to open up more space there. And then of course we got our shaper in here as well, and it's going to sit there for now, but we're probably going to tweak it around as well. All right, time for some water. We got the blast cabinet all loaded up, strapped down, and I think he is ready to roll. So this is Patrick, and he's a gunsmith and is very excited about owning this blast cabinet. He's ready to put it to work, right?
Cerakote, absolutely. If you need your firearm Cerakoted, give us a call. But
Name him your business.
Classic American Gunsmith. You can find us at classicamericangunsmith.com. We're located in Central Virginia, near the University of Virginia. And you can ship firearms to us. We'll ship them back fixed up for you.
Cool. Yeah, I messed up on the other video. I told everybody Tennessee. I don't know why.
That's all right.
But yeah, so Virginia. Well, it's going to a good home. Somebody that's excited about having it and putting it to use, and I'm glad to see it go to a good home. So I think we got everything strapped down good and ready for the road. All right, Patrick, thank you.
Thank you.
This is David, and he come down to pick up the Sheldon Shaper. So we're getting ready to load it up on his trailer. All right, we got the Shaper loaded up and strapped, and I believe David's ready to go.
Yeah, that should go nowhere.
I think we're gonna be good. He's got it strapped, pulling to each side. So what do you think? What do you think? Are you excited about having it?
Oh yeah, like it. Like it. It's gonna be a lot of fun cleaning it up, repainting, restoring. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then making some chips.
Well, I'd sure like to see it whenever you get to that point.
Oh yeah.
And send me some pictures, maybe even a video. We'll share it, let everybody see what it looks like, because it definitely needs a little bit of TLC, and it's going to look great repainted.
Well, that's my plan, is to start putting a few vids online.
Okay.
Start a small channel, just something to goof around with.
Yeah, just have some fun with it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly the point. I've got some kind of crazy projects that I tend to work on, so it's
Yeah.
out of the ordinary.
All right, David. Well, good luck with it. Thanks for coming and picking it up and giving it a proper home, man.
Thanks, Adam.
All right. See the telescopic cylinders there? You guys see me work on some stuff like that. I always like watching these trucks lift up that scrap bin because they are very heavy. You just walking the truck right on back. There's a really good example of how those telescopic cylinders operate and what they would be used for. That bearing right there is one I showed him before. That's that big giant thrust bearing. Goes on the Swedish meatball. All right.